What's up guys, welcome back once again to the reviews. Today we're checking out a brand new webcam and it's again from Streamplify. I've done one of those before. This is the Cam Pro, so this is their updated version. This is a 4K Ultra HD webcam with a Sony CMOS lens. So I'm hoping it's going to be absolutely fantastic. So what we're going to do today is check out the Cam Pro, see if it's one of the best on the market, and basically we'll unbox it and then we'll plug it in and test it, and I'll compare it to the camera that I'm using now, which is obviously on a S22 Ultra phone, and obviously very good camera. And we'll compare this to see how well it compares to such a good camera on this, and basically then you can make up your mind whether it's worth your money and if it's going to beat out the other competitors, such as like the Elgato and stuff like that, which are, I believe, a lot more money. Link in the description below for the price of this, and you can basically see how much it is compared to those. So let's get it unboxed and plug it in, see how well it performs. So this is the Cam Pro from Streamplify, and like I said, it's a 4K UHD autofocus, 5x digital zoom and 105-degree viewing angle. So plenty there for most people. It shoots at 4K at 30 FPS and has a magnetic foot stand. We shall see all that in just a second. Quick brief overview of the specs, just so you've got an idea of what we're working with. So Cam Pro in black, it's got 8.5 megapixel Sony CMOS sensor, and it can do images in YUV2 and MJPEG. The frame rate is 4K at 30 FPS, 60 FPS at 1080p, 60 FPS at 720p, and 60 FPS at 480p in MJPEG. So 105 degree, 5 digital zoom by 720p resolution, an autofocus, a built-in dual omnidirectional mics. We've got magnetic stand, we've got a rotate to mute, so you can rotate it and it'll mute it. We'll have a look at that in a second. Brightness enhancement, power required 5 volts, not a thing we need to worry about. Plug and play, yes. USB-C, cable length is 200 centimeters, 2-meter cable, so very long, and supports all the windows. And also a 1/4-inch head for tripods if you want to put it on a tripod. So absolutely everything you need in a camera. Let's unbox it, have a look. So in the box we get a little quick start guide. We'll have a quick look at that. It's basically telling you you can rotate the camera lens to shut it off so you can't be seen, and yeah, it's also showing you where the microphones are, and on the B bit there. And that's about it really, that's all you really need to know. In terms of everything else in here, it literally just shows you about it. It doesn't really say much, and obviously his tripod there as well, and that's about it for that. So let's take it out of its box. First of all, you get your USB-C to USB-A cable, 2 meters long. This is going to be the end cap that you can use to rotate to cover it. And I believe this is going to be a little tripod to give you with it. Yeah, nice little tripod there. Metal end on that. Really nice construction actually on that. So there's a little tripod there if you want to use it, if you don't want to put it onto your monitor. And then we've got the camera itself. As you can see, big sensor there, microphone there, microphone there. That twists round to cover the camera off, so if you want to be like privacy, so you can't be seen on that. I assume that mutes it as well, it does say rotate to mute. And you've also got this end cap as well, so you can actually take that off. You get a black one with it, and you can put this silver one on, which is actually, to me, feels like it's made out of aluminium actually, I'm not sure. I think it's actually made out of aluminium. That looks really nice. I'm going to use that one because I think that looks the best. And again, obviously you can rotate that to shut it. It's got a magnetic stand on the bottom. Not sure what these bits are that are on it. Just a few little covers. Magnetic stand. I don't have a metal backed monitor, so I can't really use that, but it does also clip to the monitor, which I'll show you in just a second. And then you've got a tripod attachment at the bottom there, so 1/4-inch tripod attachment. Let's just flick this up and you can see it then sits on the top of your monitor quite nicely with that stand, and will look directly at you. As you can see, the old Streamplify one next to it is a lot smaller, so this one I'm hoping is going to be absolutely fantastic. So let's get it plugged in anyway, and we'll basically run the same capture on this camera as we do on this camera, and then you can sort of compare the two and you can see how it performs compared to a really high-end phone camera, and you can obviously make your mind up as to whether it's any good, and we can see if it's any good. Right, so now we've got the two cameras side by side, my usual camera that I use for recording these YouTube videos, and obviously that's a very, very good camera, and obviously then we've got the Streamplify as well. And personally, I've obviously had a look at this before I've done this recording, so I know what I'm looking at. And I was using some split cam software a minute ago, and that was looking fine in the preview, but in the recording was looking awful. So now I've basically just switched to Windows recording. It seems to be doing all right with it. So I'm relatively happy with it at the moment, and I can say the quality of it is actually fantastic. It's probably not quite as good as the S22 Ultra's camera, but obviously you be the judge of that. You just let me know in the comments below what you think of the quality of the camera. I think it's actually fantastic and doing a really, really good job. Now I'm gonna, as I talk, I'm gonna swap the audio over between this fine microphone. I've got this lav microphone, which is obviously going to be better, and the two microphones that are in the webcam, so you can see the sort of audio quality. Again, I would never suggest using a built-in microphone on a webcam because they're never very good, but you'll be able to hear what they sound like on this camera. If you did want to use that and you don't have a dedicated microphone or headset microphone or anything like that, you'll be able to decide then whether you need it or not. So you should have heard it by now, and you can be the judge of that. It's a webcam microphone, it's not going to be the best, so obviously take that bear that in mind when you're looking at this camera. Always would recommend a separate microphone, or the microphone on a headset or something like that. It's going to be better than something like this, because obviously it depends where it is as well. It might be a bit better if it was on top of my monitor because it'd be closer to me, but obviously for this purpose of this video I want to sort of give you an idea of how well it compares to well, this is a phone camera, but it's a very good one. Unfortunately, I don't have a really expensive camera to compare it to, but obviously it wouldn't compare to one of those anyway. So now I'm going to do a low-level light testing, so you can see how well it performs in low light, obviously, because if you're using this for streaming and things like this, gaming, you're probably going to be doing it in low light settings if you're streaming at night and things like that. A lot of people have lots of like RGB lights going off and everything like that, so it's obviously going to be less light. This is, at the moment, I've got the room lights on, I've got a stream light on, and I've also got the curtains open in this room, and it's quite bright outside, so obviously this is sort of perfect conditions for lighting. So I'm just going to turn all that off now, and then we'll see what it looks like afterwards. So now we've got all the lights off. The only light in this room now is coming from the monitor. There's a little bit from outside the room because the door's open. Just it is at the moment, and no really reason. But just to give a sort of more balanced idea of how the low light situation is with this camera and how well it performs. I've looked at it previously, it performs okay. It would definitely be better if it was up on the monitor, because then you've got the light of the monitor shining on your face. I'll try and sort of see if you can get sort of idea of that. But if you've got it on top of your monitor, obviously you've got some light for the camera to take in, bouncing off your face, whereas obviously this is behind me at the moment, so the only light source is behind me, so my face is going to be quite dark, but you can see the low light levels on this as well. So that's it really, guys. We've done the testing. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'll just turn all the lights back on, and then we'll wrap this up at the end. Right, so we've done the testing of the camera. You've seen how it performs, you've heard how the microphone performs, you've seen how well it does in low light and everything like that. And I have to say, I'm actually really impressed with the quality of this camera. Using just Microsoft Windows own camera software, it's done fine. Just be careful what software you're using. The previous one I used, Split Cam, was awful with the recording. The preview of the camera looked absolutely fine, looked really clear, and then the recording was horrendous, so I've not used that. But anyway, that's by the by really. But the quality of this camera is absolutely fantastic, and for the price of it, at the moment, only £83.99 here in the UK, that's obviously British pounds, compared to something like the Elgato Facecam, which is £119.99 and is only full HD. It's an absolutely great sort of competitor to that, and I would like to think it's a lot better because it's 4K. It can do 4K. Obviously, it's only a 30 FPS, but it's not really an issue, to be honest with you. But yeah, compared to the Elgato, which is almost £40 more, is quite a big difference, and you're getting a lot of camera here as well. So personally, I could definitely recommend it if you're looking for a premium camera webcam for your streaming, even for YouTube videos and stuff like this. I might start using this for sort of overhead stuff when I'm doing my unboxings and things like that, because it might actually help a little bit. But yeah, it's absolutely fantastic for the price, and obviously blows the Elgato out of the water in terms of the price. So if you're looking at a camera and want a premium one, definitely go check this out. I can recommend it. I haven't tested the Elgato, so I don't know what it's like, but it doesn't do 4K, whereas this does. And this has got the Sony CMOS sensor, and it seems to perform really, really well. So that's it, guys. If you liked the video, please don't forget to give it a like or a dislike if you didn't like it. Leave me any comments in the comment section below if you have any suggestions or tips or questions you want to ask me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And if you haven't already subscribed, then please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell icon as well. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon.